Good afternoon once again for the final time here in the south of France. Race 3, round 5 of the Italian F.4 Championship. I'd like to say a warm welcome to you, but that is far from the case because we've had a torrential thunderstorm earlier this afternoon. You look at the graphic, which briefly appears 19 degrees Celsius, almost 15 less than it was on Friday afternoon. We are underway with the race, which will start behind the safety car. Most of the field still on the Pirelli wet tyres. There were some frantic changes though. You can see the front of the grid. It is about a 50-50 choice. In fact, even as I say that, that comment is being updated, or that news I should say is being updated. The race has been declared wet by our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, so these laps do count. Freddie Slater on pole position tries to get a feel for the circuit, which has been, well, it may be an exaggeration to say scorching hot, but it's been a warm weekend up until the heavens opening earlier this afternoon. Gianmarco Pradel going through in position 12. Just to bring you up to date, it was Freddie Slater who took incredibly his 11th victory of the 2024 season. You can see the skies there at this incredible circuit. Split approximately halfway between Marseille and Nice in the south of France on the French Riviera. Freddie Slater taking his 11th victory this morning, leading home Akshay Bora and Jack Beaton, but Akshay was given a post-race penalty, which means he does not overtake Hiroo Yamakoshi in the championship. Freddie still P1, almost with one hand, proverbially speaking, on the 2024 championship trophy. The rain has stopped. The track there is very little standing water on it, but you can see there is a greasy racing line behind the safety car. The track declared wet. Freddie Slater on pole position from Akshay Bora. Obviously, the standing start, those grid positions, not quite as relevant. You can see there's quite a few drivers have gone for the slick tyres. King Nakamura Bertha, he's on the wets. It looks as though Gianmarco Pradel is on the wets. Now Visa Rodella, he was the first to try the slicks. He actually left Parc Fermé on the slick tyre, and then there was frantic work on the circuit, on the grid, prior to this, what was the formation lap. It is now the first race lap behind the safety car here this afternoon at Paul Ricard. Freddie Slater, pole position. He will lead the field away behind the safety car, which he's done multiple times in 2024. Max Popov goes through in car 3. Border out of 2, Beaton out of 3. Alex Powell, the top rookie, the Mercedes AMG Junior out of P4, Rashid Al-Dahedi. Hiroo Yamakoshi still just second in the championship. Dion Gauda out of 7, then Gustav Jonsson, King Nakamura Bertha, who we believe is on the Pirelli wet tyre. Maxime Rem out of grid 10. Ferreira, Enzo Ye, Stoltemanas, Pradel, Reno Francot, Kabir Anodag, Enia Frey, finishing in an excellent P10 and on the rookie podium this morning. The young Swiss driver starts ahead of Maximilian Popov. You've got a glimpse of the golden number 3 PHM racing car. Ethan Isha and Luca Vissoriano for the Real Racing team starts out of grid 20. You can see the start-finish straight. There is no standing water on it, but the track is greasy. For the first 6, we are being told from race control, Freddie Slater, Akshay Bora, Beaton, Powell, Rashid Al-Dahedi, and Hiroo Yamakoshi. Those drivers at least are starting on the wet drivers, 1 or 2 others. There's King Nakamura Bertha going on through, so it was actually Kabir Anodag, the second Alpine F1 Academy driver. Gianmarco Pradel has also gone for the Pirelli wet tyres. Most of the rest of the field are on the Pirelli slicks. We've got almost the best part of half an hour to race. And if those threatening skies do not open, well, the drivers who have, I won't say gambled, selected the Pirelli slicks, they may be smiling in 25 minutes' time. Second lap behind the safety car, just bringing you up to date with the championship. Freddie Slater with an 86-point lead, 265 points. P1 in the championship within a remarkable 11 race win tally so far in 2024. Hiyo Yamakashi 179.2 in the championship. Akshay Bora biting at his heels, 174 points, yesterday's race winner. So go down through the Mistral chicane. Pradel has gone for the wets, as has Anurag. Visoriano, he's on the slicks. Kostic behind on the wets. Jack Beaton now moves up into 4th in the championship after yet another podium this morning. Still trying to stand on the top step as the safety car prepares to come in at the end of this lap. Powell, 138, 5th in the series. Rashid, 82.6th in the championship. Kin Nakamura Berta, 7th on 73 points. And Gustav Jonsson, who has continued to improve, last year's British Series Rookie of the Year. Gustav, 8th in the series on 68 points. As we look down towards, you can see the bay, the Mediterranean Sea, on the beautiful French Riviera, this incredible circuit. Paul Ricard, host venue for round 5 of the Italian F.4 Championship. Freddie Slater leads the field away. The safety car has pulled into pit lane and the green flag is flying now. Slater, the championship leader in P1. Bora trying to take his 2nd win of the series. On a greasy track, Freddie Slater, the championship leader, leads the field away, and we race for the final time here at Paul Ricard. Bora and Beaton, 2nd and 3rd. We see Alex Powell trying to make a move there. His teammate, Dion Gowda, who locks up, goes in deep, and goes straight ahead. Hiyo Yamakashi, Gustav Jonsson right there, and still the US racing drivers 2nd and 3rd. They continue the fight, which they started in the dying stages of race 2. Rashid Al-Baheri right behind Alex Powell. He's still the top rookie, and he's 4th outright. Beaton in 2nd place. The Van Amersfoort racing duo of Yamakashi and Gustav Jonsson ahead of Kin Nakamura Berta. Remember, the first 6 drivers on the grid have started on the wet tyres. We expect the field to spread out. And that incident with Ethan Isher going around the yellow flag locally, he's done well to keep the engine running as Freddie Slater escapes up into the Mistral chicane. A calm, thankfully, safe restart or start to race 3. But ominously, Slater already with a 1-second lead. Oh, we speak too soon. We've got one of the Prema Racing drivers going around into the Mistral chicane. He's not the only one. Max Popov goes around as well. Slater still with the race lead. We stay green. It was Dion Gowda going around. Also Maximilian Popov and Ethan Isher. In treacherous conditions, the rain has stopped. Pradel on the outside. There's Kabir Anurag, the Sydney sider versus the Singaporean. They are teammates for the US racing team. Jack Beaton still in 2nd place, as 2nd behind Freddie Slater. Goes slightly faster than the Englishman as they come down through the hill into turn 15. Under green conditions, greasy conditions, those Slater turns in. About to start the 3rd lap of the race. The 2nd under racing conditions. There is Maxim Rem, who makes the move, goes on through nicely. Freddie Slater will see if the Englishman, with that gap, starts to look for whatever remaining standing water. And there's very little of it. There is some just on the inside of turn 1. The field come racing down. Already approaching 1/3 race distance after starting behind the safety car. Kin Nakamura Berta behind Gustav Jonsson. The Van Amersfoort racing drivers. Down through turns 4 and 5. Look at the lead from Slater. Nakamura Berta, Rashid Al-Baheri. This happening just a few moments ago. This is Ethan Isher going around. Maximilian Popov avoiding action and into the Mistral chicane. Dion Gowda just around, does rejoin. He's fallen down to 23rd place. Popoff also going around. Into the Mistral chicane. The gap is 1.8 seconds. A credit to these young drivers in treacherous conditions. Oh, I speak too soon. Another one of the PHM cars that loops it. It looks to be Kamal Murad in car 70, who was on the back of Emanuele Olivieri, one of 3 Italians in the field. Back to the fight for the podium. Jack goes on through. Alex Powell's up into P3. The Jamaican, the top rookie, he finished P2 as Maxim Rem goes through in all 3 races in the season opener. The young Jamaican rookie, the highly rated Mercedes AMG Junior, the Mediterranean Sea in the background. The sky is bright as we look far enough to the island of Corsica, which on a very clear day, on a very rare occasion, you can see across the sea from here in the south of France. Pradel, Rem, the 2 US racing drivers. Reno Francot's right there as well. Good drive from the young Dutchman. Pradel with Olivieri. It is getting messy as Luca Vistoriano drags himself into this battle as well. Everett Stack, in fact, it was going around. Not Kamal Murad, the second Sydney sider. Still inside the top 20, doing a nice job. He comes down the straight now. There's Kamal Murad on the outside of Enzo Ye. Kabir Anurag goes on through. Remember, different tyre strategies for the various drivers in the race. Freddie Slater on the Pirelli wets, as is Rashid Al-Dahedi. The first 6 drivers starting on the wet tyres. Dion Gowda going around. He started on the slicks. An understandable spin. But we've still got 20 minutes to race. The rain has stopped. The track is drying, not as quick as it would have on Friday when the temperature was well over 30 degrees. As you look at Rashid Al-Dahedi fighting with Enya Frey. The slick tyres will start to come into their own. Freddie Slater down into the Mistral chicane. Jonsson's up into second from Kin Nakamura Bertha and Jack Beaton. The Pirelli slicks are starting to work. Jack slides. Here's Thomas. Stoltemanis up into P8. Into the Mistral chicane. Looks to be Dion again. He does the right thing in the background though. Everett Stack, the American, going around. This down. Enzo Ye in 77. Murad on the outside. Makes light but critical contact with Andrea Kostic. The Sydney sider, a complete 360, grabs the gear and tries to get going again. This, the move for second place. For the lead, in fact, Gustav Jonsson has gone through and taken Freddie Slater. That was not Powell, it was Freddie. In car 27, on the slick tyres. Jack under attack, also starting on the Pirelli wets. And now the pit stops. The wets are burnt. They're gone. It's all over unless it rains heavily in the next few moments, which is not looking likely. The Swede has got the lead. Gustav Jonsson for the Van Amersfoort Racing Team. Kin Nakamura Bertha. Slater back to 3. He's on the wet tyres. Stoltemanis, there's Powell, who skates under brakes down into turn 1. Enya Frey, Reno Francot, Jack Beaton. Rashid Al-Dahedi is down into pit lane, as is Matheus Ferreira. Alex Powell, the Jamaican, under attack by Reno Francot and Enya Frey. The Prema Racing Team go to work. Rashid Al-Dahedi. A tyre change. This is going to be fascinating because we've still got the best part of 15 minutes to go. A clean, no safety car intervention race yesterday as Alex Powell is passed by not one but 2 Gensa racing cars. Gustav Jonsson has got the race lead. Last year's British Series Rookie of the Year, Kin Nakamura Bertha. Freddie Slater under attack from his teammate, Thomas Stoltemanis goes on through. The Pirelli wets are starting to burn here. And the drivers who have made a pit stop will be praying for a safety car intervention, which at the moment is not looking likely. A clean race, the first half of the race. Race 3, round 5, the Italian F.4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion together with the Automobile Club of Italy. Racing together this weekend with the GT Open International Championship. That race, that 70-minute endurance race for the GT3 cars was red flagged earlier this afternoon when a torrential downpour absolutely flooded the Paul Ricard Circuit. That has passed. The track is drying and drying rapidly. Olivieri, Vissoriano, and Dion Gowder in P10. Dion recovers from that spin. He's made the right call seemingly at the moment. Despite going around, he's in P10. Slater down into pit lane. Freddie Slater for a quick pit stop for the Prema Racing team. Gustav Jonsson superb, 2 seconds clear of Kin Nakamura Bertha. Stolchamanis, Slater from P4 into pit lane. We'll see where the Englishman rejoins. Francot up into 4. Freddie down into the pits and the Prema Racing team go to work. Just 4 mechanics, or more precisely 4 crew members, can work on the car. Goffredo Piero, team manager in the background, watching on as we see Fiorentino Filippo going round. Dobzhansky does well to avoid him. There's Savinkov. Fiorentino back in the race. Jack. Down in pit lane, the US racing team go to work. Looks a quick stop as well. Viktor Dobzhansky, the pole ahead of the Ukrainian Alexander Savinkov. How the turns table. Yep. If you know, you know. Gustav Jonsson has got the race lead from Kin Nakamura Bertha. Thomas Stolchamanis, Francot. Frey Olivieri's up into P6. Freddie Slater in 27 is down in 25th place. Into the Mistral chicane. Kai Dadiani, what a drive from Kai. He's come from grid 35 after his clutch destroyed itself before he even did 1 lap of qualifying. Kai Dadiani, listen to this, from grid 35 in car 35 is knocking on the door of the top 10. He's behind Rodella and Alex Powell as Gustav Jonsson goes purple with a 2:10.214. This is superb from Gustav Jonsson. We have moved into the second half of what has been a green, clean race so far. Kin Nakamura Bertha, the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver, former junior World Kart racing champion with the Forza Racing team, the young rookie. He's the top rookie, Thomas Stolchamanis in the background, the Latvian. P3 outright and the second rookie. The order has been turned absolutely upside down. The saying is that the rain is the great leveler. Well, a drying track where half of the field start on wets and the other half on slick tires. That's even more so over the ripple strips. See Maximilian Popov, the front wing scraping on the bitumen. Maximilian Popov with Everett Stack, his American teammate, right behind. Popov in P12. For the moment, the front wing is still in place. Max Popov, Stack Robinson up into 14. Super dry from Ed as well. And Dobzhansky in P15. Jonsson, 2.2 seconds clear. He scored his first podium at P3 last week. In the final race at Mugello in the Tuscan countryside is Gianmarco Bradell. Down into pit lane, the US racing team working hard. That's his engineer, in fact, Miguel on the front right. Just 4 team members can actually make physical contact with the car. Gianmarco fires up, and we'll see where the Australian rejoins the race. Nakamura Bertha, 2 seconds clear. This is Stolchamanis, 4 seconds further behind. Enia Frey, P5, and is the fastest driver on the circuit. We approach the final third of race 3 here in round 5, the Italian Championship at the incredible Paul Ricard Motorsport facility. Bernie's backyard. Yes, it is still owned by Mr. Eccleston, sort of. It is arguably, actually there's no argument, this is the finest motorsport facility in Europe. World class. and certainly one of the best complexes in the world. We crossed the border, the 11th different track that we've raced in the 11th season, or in the 11 seasons of the Italian F.4 Championship. 2 rounds remaining after this. Freddie Slater, he's taken 11 victories, but at the moment after that stop, Freddie is still down in P25 behind Maxim Rem, and would you believe Hiyu Yamakashi, as you get a close-up of the fastest driver on the circuit, Enya Frey in P5. Yamakashi second in the series, but in 23rd position. We're into the final third of race 3 here at Paul Ricard. Stolchamanis, Reno Francot, Enya Frey. The Gensa Motorsport duo. The sky is still dark in the background, but the weather is coming in from the Mediterranean Sea, just right over the top of Marseille, before moving across to Switzerland and Italy. But the track is drying and we are not expecting any more rain this afternoon. Enya Frey, superb. P10 this morning, outright and on the rookie podium. Here's a chance to take an actual outright win here, as is Gustav Jonsson. Almost certainly we will have our 4th different race winner, finally, of 2024, because Freddie Slater, the championship leader, who has taken 11 wins in 2024, is in position 24. Yamakashi, who won twice at Imola, he's in 22nd, and Akshay Bora, as the Gensa Motorsport teammates go side by side racing down the hill. Bora just behind Freddie Slater, but down in 25th position. Now the sun is shining. Those who chose the slick tyres to start on a greasy circuit, including Gustav Jonsson, the race leader, have certainly made the right decision. We'll check the gap from Kin Nakamura Berta to Gustav Jonsson. It was 1.7 seconds. Last time round stays the same. Thomas Stolchamanis, he's making inroads on Keen, the first Japanese driver. Francot in 23, Frey in 22. Both Enya and Reno, we first met them half a decade ago when they both raced in 60 Mini in WSK World Kart Racing. They're now running in 4 and 5. Another fastest sector from Enya Frey that time. The skies, they are clearing ever so slightly, even in that part of the circuit where the clouds are going, as we look down towards the Mediterranean Sea, down over the top of Marseille. The sky is actually blue and almost the sun is coming out to shine. Worth remembering, we are almost 500 meters above sea level here. The weather has played havoc in the last few hours. Through the Mistral chicane, Thomas Stolchamanis. And then the Gensa racing duo, 4 and 5. Olivieri, superb from the young Italian. Emanuele for the team of Andrea and Marco Antonelli. Of course, a huge congratulations to Andrea, our 2022 champion, taking his 2nd victory earlier today in Hungary in Formula 2. Olivieri for the AKM Motorsport team in P6, Gauda 7. Luca Vistoriano, the Romanian rookie, ahead of Lin Hodenuis, and the 2nd Italian, Alves. It's Alvise Rodella, also for the Van Amersfoort racing team. I was going to say rounds out the 10, but he's just been passed by Maximilian Popov. The field spread out, we stay green as Freddie Slater down in 23rd position with a 2:07.548, comfortably faster than Enya Frey, 0.4 of a second faster, but Enya's in P5. Enya Frey 5th, and Freddie Slater 23rd. Gustav Jonsson, Kin Nakamura Berta, the gap coming down, 1.1 seconds between Jonsson and K&B. Stolchamanis also slightly catching up to Nakamura Berta, Francot, Frey, and Olivieri. Commendable drive from Kai Dadianani, who has raced in, I think, 5 or 6 different Formula 4 championships over the past year or so. The British Series, the United Arab Emirates, the Spanish Series, the Euro 4 Championship. As we see Everett Stack go wide, Maximilian Popov goes through. That's Dadiani just behind. Kai Dadiani for the Creme Motorsport team of Gabriele Rossi. Former drivers, including Felipe Massa, Ben Henley, Jaime Alguersuari, did not set a time in qualifying. The clutch disintegrated as he left pit lane. Car 35, Kai Dadiani, has come from Mumbai. He's come from grid 35. He's almost in the top 10. Just the American and the Russian, Maximilian Popov and Everett Stack. And Alvise Rodella ahead of Dadiani. Ed Robinson for AS Motorsport, the Slovenian team. Brilliant performance for young Ed, the young rookie. Possibly the only Brit who was disappointed by England's loss to Spain in the 2024 Euro final last week. Ed Robinson, half British, half Spanish, from Mallorca. The Union Jack and the Spanish flag on the top of his helmet. Ed Robinson up into P14 behind Dadiani. Head of Dobjanski, Jankola back with the BVM racing team. The Czech back on track, head of Savinkov, Kamal Murad, and the Maffei racing duo, credit to them as well. Holguin and Berby from the back of the grid in 19 and 20. The gap down to 0.6 of a second. KNB on the charge. It was almost 2 seconds. The Alpine F1 Academy Junior on the back of Gustav Jonsson. Down through the chicane, Gustav Jonsson. What a fairy tale victory this would be. But he's got a big problem in the form of the English-born Japanese driver, the Alpine F1 Academy Junior, Ken Nakamura Berta, behind Gustav. There's Thomas Stoltemanis, multiple race winner in WSK World Kart racing with the Energy Corsa team, Reno Francot Frey in 4 and 5. The gap from almost 2 seconds down to half a second. He's close enough to get the slipstream. It still works in the rain, and the rain has stopped. The track is drying, the sun is shining, and KMB's on the back of Jonsson. Stoltemanis slides it through the Mistral chicane. Francot, Frey, Olivieri in P6. The battle for the lead. KNB right behind Gustav now. Jonsson has to go defensive. He dives down the inside. Does Ken Nakamura Berta. Turns in. It is a Prema Racing versus Van Amersfoort Racing fight for the lead. Look at the chunks that Ken Nakamura Berta has taken out of Gustav Jonsson. Stoltemanis and the Genza Racing duo. The gap 0.2 of a second. Ken Nakamura Berta on the back of Gustav Jonsson. He's fighting that Van Amersfoort Racing car. 2 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. We expect this is provisional. Waiting for word from race control. This to be the penultimate lap of the race. Gustav Jonsson checks the left side rear view mirror. Same manager as Ollie Behrman. Does Gustav Jonsson have? You can see the WH Sports driver in position 1. Of course, Van Amersfoort Racing and Ollie taking the 2021 Italian F4 Championship. And Gustav Jonsson, last year's British Series Rookie of the Year, under attack from the Japanese Alpine F1 Academy Junior. The former Junior World Kart Racing Champion, former European Champion, WSK Supermaster Series Kart Racing Champion, looking not for the rookie title, but an outright win in race 3, round 5, the Italian F4 Championship here at Paul Ricard. Gustav Jonsson, look at the rubber build-up, the marbles. That's from the wet tyres, which absolutely disintegrated as the track dried. Slater still down in 22nd position. Yamakoshi right behind in 23. And Akshay Borda third in the series and 25th place. We will certainly have a new race winner here in the Italian F4 Championship. Almost certainly it will be a second Japanese victory or a maiden victory for Sweden. The sun finally shining as you'd expect in the middle of July here on the French Riviera as Gustav Jonsson and Kin Nakamura Berta go wheel to wheel. Nakamura Berta around the outside. The Swede holds the lead, turns in. K&B tries to get the run. Jonsson puts car 36 in the middle of the circuit. We will get the last lap board this time round. You can see we're clicking down to 30 minutes, which pass now. They turn into turn 15. The fight for the lead. Nakamura Berta on the outside. The track is still greasy. Gets out of the throttle. And Jonsson, the Swede, will lead the start of the last lap. One lap to race. We go wheel to wheel at 223 k's an hour across the line. Jonsson, 36, Nakamura Berta around the outside. He's got the run. He's staring at the Swede. K&B locks up down into turn one. Can he keep it on the road? They both go off. Fortunately for them, we're not at Mugello. There is not a beach of sand. They go straight ahead. So this may not be over when we do get the checkered flag. Kin Nakamura has gone through. K&B in P1. He's taken the lead. Thomas Stoltemanis too far back to capitalise. Kin Nakamura Berta, for the moment, has got the race lead. Jonsson back in second place. And losing time. Kin Nakamura Berta with a great exit as we go up the Mistral Straight for the final time. Jonsson has a look under brakes. Turns in, does Kin. Fights the steering wheel, violently does Gustav Jonsson. This just a few moments ago down into turn one. Nakamura Berta locks up. Super quick reflexes, the correction. They both go straight ahead. This is not for us to decide, but Kin Nakamura Berta did have his front wing ahead. Heartbreak for Gustav Jonsson, who has driven superbly. Thomas Stoltemanis going through. Jonsson, who started out of grid 8, a position ahead of Kin Nakamura Berta. Freddie Slater won't win. We will have our fourth different race winner of 2024. Kin Nakamura Berta down the hill for the final time. The Alpine F1 Academy junior driver, fittingly here in France, accelerates. The checkered flag waves. K&B about to go P1, and the rookie takes victory here at Paul Ricard. Jonsson across the line in second. Thomas Stoltemanis delighted with third place. A brilliant performance from the Genza Racing duo. Francot 4, Frey 5, Emanuele Olivieri, bravissimo. Sesta posizione. Dion Gauda recovers from that spin. What a drive from Luca Vistoriano. The rookie Romanian in P8 from Lin Hodenuis. And Max scrapes across the line as his front wing scrapes on the ground to get the final point ahead of his American teammate Everett Stack. Kin Nakamura Berta takes victory in round 3 of the Italian F4 Championship as the sun comes out to shine. Savinkov gets Kamal Murad on the line. Holguin better be for the Maffei Racing team. Intelligent drive from both of them. Fiorentino just behind, would you believe, the championship leader, Freddie Slater, who finishes position 21. Hiyo Yamakoshi in 23rd place, second in the series still. And Akshay Bora, yesterday's race winner, home in 25th position. Our second Japanese victory for 2024 after Hiyo Yamakoshi's 2 victories at Imola. Kin Nakamura Berta takes victory in race 3 of the Italian F4 Championship before the summer break. So coming into this final race of the weekend, Freddie Slater had an 86-point lead over Hiyo Yamakoshi. That does not change, but we've got a new race winner, our second Japanese victory of 2024. Kin Nakamura Berta takes the victory. Gustav Jonsson, superb from the Swede, who did lead for the lion's share of that race. And Thomas Stoltemanis on the podium as the second rookie, but third outright. Leading home the Vicenza Motorsport duo, Francot Frey, Olivieri, Gauda, Vissoriano, Luca for Real Racing. Superb from the new team. Hydenius also for VAR, and Maximilian Popov literally scrapes to the line in P10. Stack, Rodella, what a drive by Kai. Dariani from the back of the grid to P13. Dobzhansky, Ed Robinson, home in 15th from Jan Koller. Savinkov, an eventful drive for Kamal Murad, but he brings it home inside the top 20 comfortably. The Maffei Racing duo, well done to the rookie team, coming home in 19 and 20, ahead of, would you believe, the championship leader, Freddie Slater. Fiorentino Yamakoshi, second in the series, but 23rd today. Ram Border, 25th, stays third in the series. Rashid after that pit stop. Disappointing finish to the weekend for Alex Powell, who was fighting for the lead, but the track did dry. A pit stop for Pradel put him down to 28th position. Just the three retirements, Jack Beaton, Matius Ferreira, and Davide Larini. In the Italian Championship, drove superbly, was the first to break through into the lead on the slick tyres. But it's King Nakamura Berta who takes his first victory. The Alpine F1 Academy junior driver wins it for the Prema Power team. Sorry, the Prema Racing team. Gustav P2 can hold his head high. That was a brilliant drive. No errors from Gustav. He comes home P2. But it was Kin Nakamura Berta who edged ahead as they came out of the final corner. He got the drive coming down the straight on the outside into turn one. They both went wide. And Kin Nakamura Berta, the former junior World Kart Racing champion, K&B takes the victory. We started behind the safety car, Freddie Slater, electing to start on the Pirelli wet tyres, as did the first six drivers on the grid, but the sun was coming out to shine. The track dried. Slater led the field away in treacherous conditions for the final race here at Paul Ricard. Ethan Isher going around. We stayed green as the Swiss driver was able to rejoin. Dion Gauda also starting on the slick tyres. Looped it into the Mistral chicane, but fought back brilliantly. P7 at the race end, despite this incident, which also took out two of the PHM racing cars. Gustav Jonsson going by Hiyo Yamakoshi. Jonsson starting on the slick tyres. Yamakoshi would pit for Pirelli wets. Everett Stack going around, but would recover. Enia Frey, car 22 on the slick tyres, carving on through the field, up into 5th position. Kamal Murad going around in the Mistral chicane, did well to rejoin and ultimately finish inside the top 20. Rashid Aldahedi on the wet tyres, which just disintegrated on a drying track here at Paul Ricard. Fiorentino looping it into the Mistral chicane. Savinkov avoiding action. Nakamura Berta from 2 seconds back. Around the outside, they controversially go both straight ahead. But Kin Nakamura Berta takes his maiden victory in the Italian F4 Championship right here at the former home of the French Formula One Grand Prix. Thomas Dolcemanis. Second rookie home, but importantly, third outright. Not a single error from Gustav Jonsson. That was faultless. Coming from grid 8 on the slick tyres. Passing the drivers ahead of him on the inside, on the outside, underneath, over the top. He did it cleanly, but in the end it was Kin Nakamura Bertha, the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver, their second Japanese victory of the 2024 championship. Mr. Raffaele Gianmaria representing the Automobile Club of Italy. Rafa presenting the third place trophy to Thomas from Latvia, Gustav from Sweden, and the English-born Slovakian-Japanese driver takes his first victory in the Italian Championship, Kin Nakamura Bertha. That was just brilliant. He becomes our fourth different race winner of 2024. Podium for the final race of the weekend, round 5 of the Italian Championship before the summer break. Kin Nakamura Bertha breaks through for his maiden victory. Freddie Slater, a forgettable afternoon for the Englishman, but with 2 rounds remaining, Slater still has the race lead. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Mugello on August the 25th for the first round of the 3-round challenge, the Euro 4 Series. We'll see you in a month back at Mugello. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in Toscana.